Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
Are you comfortable with this term?
I have great love for all of the people from our country.
Mr. President, thank you. Mr. President, thank you. I have two questions. Do you consider the term Chinese?
OAN.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you very much. You treat me very nicely.
Do you consider the term Chinese food racist because it's food that originates in China or it has Chinese?
No, I don't think it's racist.
If you've watched any mainstream news segments in the past month, you might have noticed talking heads clashing over Trump's use of the word China virus while referring to COVID-19. The typical suspects of Orange Man Bad commentary insisted that the term was somehow racist, fueling hate for China and the Chinese. General American news media credibility aside, this might have been taken more seriously had the media not followed up by referring to COVID-19 as the Trump virus or the American virus, oddly parroting Chinese propaganda that it originated not from China, but from America.
The infection was first spotted in China, but the virus may not have originated in China.
When put so obtusely, double standards aren't nearly so convincing. But this isn't the first time words have been banned by the powers that be in media and culture, and this isn't the only venue for such censorship. Twitter is notorious for this, more recently banning independent reports on COVID-19, and prior to that, banning any use of the word retard. One can certainly sympathize with the banning of content or vocabulary that the majority of society considers offensive or inappropriate, especially if the users of such language or content agree. But when reasonable content by considerable large communities gets axed on the grounds of ideology alone, it makes it clear that thought crimes are what are truly on trial. The trouble with biased entities such as Google, Twitter, CNN, and MSNBC determining for society at large which opinions are evil or righteous is just that. They're biased. Decisions on what to believe should be left up to individuals, not powerful special interest groups with their own agendas. Genuinely wanting to prevent the spread of fake news is a laudable goal, but time and again, these individuals have proven themselves either unable to successfully detect fact from fiction or abuse their fact-checking privileges in order to craft an agenda. Fake news is truly dangerous. Notorious source of fake news Alex Jones, intentionally or not, has time after time led his info warriors to take foolish, boneheaded, and at times dangerous actions, most notably with the Sandy Hook statements.
New at 5 tonight, a Florida woman who apparently believes the Sandy Hook killings were a hoax has been arrested for threatening to kill the parent of a child who was killed at the school that day. That parent now lives in Florida. 57-year-old Lucy Richards of Tampa is charged with 4 counts of transmitting threats. She could get 5 years in prison.
A News 8 update now on a man who police say has been harassing teachers at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Monroe. Police arrested Timothy Rogalski of Wallingford after they say he left disturbing messages on the school's answering machine yesterday. Rogalski allegedly accused staff members of making up the 2012 shootings in 4 of the messages. In a 5th, he talked directly to an administrative assistant. The 30-year-old is now facing a harassment charge.
False advertisement, libel, and slander laws have helped keep him from propagating some of these messages. But what has hindered the exposition of his fake news, which admittedly does still occur occasionally in certain news outlets, is that he's been banned from mainstream platforms such as Twitter and YouTube. He's been forced to create his own platform, but he hasn't lost his audience. If anything, it's grown.
This information is being censored on Facebook, Twitter, and Google. You at Band.video and at Infowars.com watching this are the only hope of sharing this video and explaining to people that it's confirmed coronavirus is a giant hoax, and even Fox News internally knows it's true.
Hey, you there. The battle for the Republic is on. The American Revolution 2.0 is happening right now. But the corrupt establishment doesn't want you to know, and they certainly don't want you to get involved. But you can at band.video. The truth lives at band.video. The information they don't want you to see is at band.video. This is your destiny. This is the epic battle for the future of humanity. America will survive as long as you fight. I've got to go.
What he has lost is any chance of his ideas and claims being directly challenged by those other than the few publications that still cover him. InfoWarriors now view his content in silos. Any points critiquing the content must be sought out on other outlets, not a task that typical InfoWarrior is eager to set out to do. By doing what they thought was right, Big Tech made a bad thing worse. Of course, that was a year ago. Nowadays, news reports opposing left-wing narratives or even promoting the mainstream view that men aren't women can be enough to get one censored and banned from a platform. This goes beyond the stated mission of protecting users from hate speech and deliberately deceives and divides a society in order to bend it to its will. When half of a society believes objective journalism is fake news is objective journalism, and men are women, and one half uses hateful rhetoric and big tech against the other to goad them into shutting up, it should be hardly surprising that our nation remains divided and shows no signs of uniting, even in the midst of a global pandemic.